he's turned on by how crazy she is. I
Yes.
think that like this is all just part of a weird, very weird cosplay situation.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I really do think that um I think it's a masterpiece of a movie. I've never been married. So I don't know how realistic it is
But
necessarily.
the line at the end where he says,
Which one?
"Why would you even want this?
Yeah.
Yes, I loved you, and then all we did was resent each other, try to control each other. We caused each other pain." And she says, "That's marriage."
Would you say that's an accurate line, Tom?
Um, I love when he's running through it, being grilled by Tyler Perry
Sure. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Margot,
Gummy
throwing
bears.
in the gummy bears, and then she throws one,
And
out,
he
and
catches
catches it in his mouth.
it.
Thanks.
How many takes do we think that took?
Probably not as many as any other scene, any other shot. I love
um,
that moment.
yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It is one of those things where like it's an amazing adaptation. Um, I really do think that it's kind of a perfect mind meld of so many things kind of coming together at the right moment. Um, I think that Ben Affleck's career was obviously boosted by it. I think it's one of his best performances.
Me too.
I think it's also just one of his most fun performances. He's really entertaining in this movie. So I'd like to rate this film, and then I have one last thing I want to do with you guys, Fincher related, before we wrap up the book, close the book on David Fincher. So in 2014, I'd say I really liked this film, but as I said, I don't think that I was like over the moon about it. I probably would have given it like an 80, but now I'm at like a 94, 95. Like I really do think that it's just I have so few notes about it now. It only gets better and better every time I watch it. And I do
That's
think
the
it.
thing about Fincher's movies. And we've said this more than once on his. You watched it and they work on so many levels. You can go back and you can go back and you can go back. And it's one of the few movies, the more you watch it, like you say, the better it is.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely.
His movies don't age, they age so well, they still stay current, they're timeless in a lot of ways. That's one thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but there's one thing I really felt about this movie. There's something out of time about it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't it you could without the cars and stuff like that place it kind of anywhere. There's not a lot of technology in it, there's not a lot of phones and things like that, so it kind of exists separate to the timeline that we all live in, and that kind of makes it in a way timeless. And I think you
I
get
Absolutely.
that with a lot of his movies.
I,
also the like the costumes, what Nick and Amy wear, they're ageless. They're
Exactly.
completely plain. And the doll's house that they live in, there's nothing distinctive about it that could put it at any age or any place. If they didn't say typically you're in Missouri, it
Mhm.
could be anywhere, anytime, and I love it. So
totally agree with you. I think
Sadly's the
he's.
same.
I think that his movies are. It's clear that he wants his films to be timeless, right, and to not date. I
Mhm.
think that part of the way that he does that is, I think the only outlier that jumps to mind is Girl with the Dragon Tattoo a little bit just because of the computers that are used.
Mhm.
That I imagine will date these films, and I guess already has to some degree. But yeah, he's they are in a status of sorts, right? Like
Mhm.
there's a timelessness to them so that they can be watched in 50 years and still be enjoyed. Whereas there's lots of filmmakers, understandably, who want to be zeitgeisty and want to be on the pulse, and those movies just date pretty quickly.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so Tom, what about you? What's your rating on
I've
this
done the
certain
same.
film?
When I saw it in the cinema, I liked it. It was sold as a very kind of earnest thriller, and
Sure,
everyone
sure,
was
sure.
talking about it as an earnest thriller.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went in with that and remember appreciating it because it's
Sure.
Fincher and just knowing that it was brilliant and all of the performances were great. But yeah, it was in the 80s. This watch, I just loved it. I just had a blast with it. It's great. The twists are still really fun. The performances, I think I love even more than I did before. I think particularly even seeing Rosamund and Ben Affleck, what they've done since
Yep.
that,
Yep.
which, I think they're both great actors, but going back to a film where both of them are just so free and clearly having a fucking blast doing it. They're two actors who are just loving a job. Every actor is just loving being in this film, and you can see.
Absolutely.
And I loved it, and it's as high up in the 90s as I'm allowed to go. I loved this film.
What about you, Katie?
I, I now I feel like everybody's waiting for me to say something because I love Fincher and I love all his movies. Do you know what I mean? And I loved this movie. What was really interesting for me watching it this time was watching it after you guys said that it was romantic comedy because it had never occurred to me. And how much more I loved it because I was like, this movie's so smart. It's not what I thought it was. It is still what I thought it was, but it's so much more. And it's that thing about Fincher that his movies just get better and better every time you watch them. They're so delicious. They're just so fucking delicious. And this is like a big fucking chocolate cake of delicious. Like it's
It's
great.
it's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's why, the not to belabor the point, but it's why it's so disappointing. I mean, listen, I'm excited to see what he does with this sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know what that looks like. I'm bummed that it's for Netflix. I wish it was getting a theatrical release properly. This is kind of where I come back to like sitting in a movie theater and getting a new David Fincher movie is just so exciting. I did see The Killer. Technically, I saw it on a movie screen because Netflix released it for 2 weeks in movie theaters, and great, but it's just not the same. Um, but the two quick things that I wanted to do, David Fincher oriented, before I let you guys go, is we're not talking about his other movies, so I just wanted to kind of get your vibes a little bit specifically on. Um, have you seen them all, Katie? Have you seen all of his
I
movies?
haven't seen The Killer.
Okay,
I've
and
seen
Benjamin
one.
Button, right? You haven't seen, or you
No, I
saw
haven't seen
Benjamin
Benjamin Button. That was what I haven't seen.
Tom,
Because I
have you seen
saw
them?
the baby and that freaked me out. Couldn't unsee it.
But he's so cute. He's a little old, wrinkly old
No,
baby.
he's not. It's disturbing. No.
um, but you've seen them all, Tom?
Yeah.
So the two that I wanted to kind of focus on, just because we're not going to be talking about his other films, is Social Network and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And I'm curious. I mean, The Social Network continues to be, one of the best films made in the last 25 years for sure. A movie that should have won Best Picture, because who the fuck is watching The King's Speech at any point?
Did that beat?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, but don't worry, because fucking what's his name? Tom Hooper has an Academy Award, but David Fincher doesn't. So that seems fair, right? That'd be fucking madness. But yeah, The Social Network, I saw it in 2010 when it came out. Facebook was not yet elevating Nazis. So, it was,
destroying the youth and their mental health and
and
their
old people.
brain.
Forget about
And
the
old
youth.
people.
Just everyone.
Yeah.
I read someone saying that uh, Facebook has done to our parents what they always said video games would do to us.
1,000,000%.
I'm reading
100%.
I'm reading a book called The Anxiety Generation at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much worse than you think it is.
It's
So much
bad.
worse.
horrible.
It's bad.
That's a brilliant book, but it's
Did you read it?
Yeah.
Did you read? Oh my God, I am terrified.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to read it, guys. But
Don't read it.
I have
Don't read it.
enough anxiety in my life. I'm a
Yeah.
neurotic Jewish writer. I'm good. So there's a book actually that came out a couple years ago called Wellness. I don't know if you read this book by Nathan Hill. It's a great book. And there's a portion in it that speaks to what you guys are talking about. There's like a section that's probably like 20, maybe 30 pages, where one of the protagonists' father basically gets on the internet and starts a Facebook account, and you watch him as he falls down this rabbit hole of misinformation and disinformation, and how it just completely rots his brain. And it is a harrowing portion of literature where I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
But,
it's I recently was in charge of the group of parents in my son's year at school to draw up a pact where we all agree that we're going to stop our kids from having smartphones until at least 14 and no social media till 16, which is something that governments around the world are working on and schools across the whole country are working on it. And because it was up to me, I did so much research into it, and it's absolutely fucking terrible. And that's why I read the book, Katie. And it's so terrifying.
I know.
And the things like Facebook to then reverse policy to make it even more poisonous than it ever has been before. It frightens the piss out of me. No.
Because they know what they're doing. It's not like it's like big tobacco going, well, do you know what I mean? They know what they're doing and they're doing it anyway. And it's so yeah.
So, actually, I might rewatch Social Network.
So this is the thing about the Social Network, is that I think it's a masterpiece of a movie. I've watched it innumerable times. I love it. It is a beautiful synergy of two incredibly talented people in the form of Aaron Sorkin and David Fincher. It captures a moment in time about obviously how Facebook came to be. It ends on a bit of an ellipse.
I mean, it starts with the guy wanting to encourage other guys to rate how hot girls are in their college. And he goes on to be one of the richest men who has ever lived. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And I know that, now Sorkin is threatening us with a sequel that he is apparently writing and directing. The writing portion I take less umbrage with. The directing portion is the one that makes me go like, no, thank you. I just, if Fincher did it, right? If like Sorkin wrote it and Fincher directed it, I'm there. I'm there opening weekend. I'm there to see you guys pick apart the horrors that Facebook has wrought. And I think it might be a really interesting yin to the yang of the Social Network. But I don't need Aaron Sorkin's directing of that movie.
I love that you said directing there with blatant air quotes around it.
It's just, I think that one of the things that he doesn't understand about his own work is that it needs to be controlled, right? David Fincher understands when Aaron Sorkin needs to be at 11. Aaron Sorkin does not understand when he needs to be at 11. So he's at 11 the whole fucking time because he loves his words so much that you need modulation. And he just doesn't have that for his own writing. And it doesn't work. But it's a great movie. And I do love it. And it holds up really well if you don't think about what Facebook has become and you just kind of watch it as this microcosm of college life, of not knowing who you are, who you want to be, being an outsider, wanting to be loved, wanting to have the validation of other people. And when you look at that, it's hard not to be like, yes, of course he made a fucking social media website. He has no friends. Like it's just, there's something so beautifully simple and clean about that notion.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Yeah.
And The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
I love Jesse Eisenberg as well.
I love him. They're all great. Everyone's great. And fucking Justin Timberlake's great. And he's not even a good actor.
No. And you get 2 Armie Hammers for the price of 1.
Thank God.
Yay.
What the world needs. More Armie Hammers.
Yes, more
but yeah, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is a real comfort watch for me.
That explains so much.
As fucked as that is, I watch that movie. It just makes me happy. I love seeing.
Whoa.
I love seeing Lisbeth Salander get revenge on people. It just makes me really, really happy. I also just I'm a sucker for, goth girls. But just in general, I just really, I just love it's so fucked, but like I do the world is so cool. It just looks so
Mm.
phenomenal. I love a good murder mystery.
I haven't seen it
Um,
since
oh,
it came out because it's quite harrowing. I mean, if I read
yeah.
a couple of episodes of Bluey, I might watch it
I was just
again.
gonna say, if you had Bluey on deck, you'd be fine.
Yeah. I think
I
Um,
think
I'll rewatch it.
I would be with you that it would be sort of almost a comfort watch for me if it wasn't for the rape scene.
Me
The
too.
rape scene in
Me
it. That
too.
bit,
That's
like you took that out. Like I think it's an amazing movie. I think it's
yeah.
stupendous.
No, I
But
know.
that scene is
It's
so
it's really
visceral
good.
and
It's really
so harrowing. I'm just like, I
that's what
would,
I mean.
but I also
That's
weirdly,
implanted in my head, and
yeah, yeah, it is. But weirdly, when it comes on and I want to fast forward it, I don't because it's just, do you know what I mean?
I do, I do.
It's
It's it,
bizarre.
it's a hard scene. I'm not
It's
in any way
awful.
condoning it or off, but I
No,
will
I know
say
you're
that
not.
whenever I watch it, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about what she's gonna do to him in
Yeah.
like 20
Mhm,
minutes.
mhm,
And I'm just like, it's okay. She's gonna put a giant metal dildo up his ass and she's gonna
mhm,
tattoo him and it's gonna be fine.
mhm,
Fine. But like it's
I,
just that's how I
mhm.
in my own head. Just to this point though, and this is a crazy fucking story. So apparently Sony was asking Fincher to use as many Sony products in the movie as possible. Understandably, they wanted their computers to be used and what have you. And he said no, that in the book, it's all Apple products. And also, I imagine he's more of an Apple person than a Sony person, but that's whatever. He's like, no, 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 it's Apple products across the board. Then he gets another call and another call. And then eventually, I think it was like maybe even the president of Sony calls him and says, can you just please use just one or two products of ours in this? And he's like, yes, the camcorder that's used when she's raped will be a Sony camcorder. The man is, I mean, just, I mean,
Respect.
so
Fincher.
yeah, it is, there's no one like him. The last thing that I wanted to talk just very quickly about is David Fincher's 26 favorite films of all time. I don't know if you guys know what these films are,
oh
but I
no,
will
I'd like to
read them
hear
to
it.
you just out
I
of
love that he has 26. It's
yeah, I don't know why
very specific.
it's very specific.
Specific. Thank you.
Yep. In no particular order, which this is in his own handwriting. He wrote
I
these
love it.
down, and at the bottom it says in no particular order: Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Chinatown, Doctor Strangelove, Godfather 2, Taxi Driver, Being There, All That Jazz, Alien, Rear Window, Zelig, Cabaret, Paper Moon, Jaws, Lawrence of Arabia, All the President's Men, Eight and a Half, Citizen Kane, Days of Heaven, Animal House,
Love that movie. Thank you, David Fincher.
Road Warrior, Year of Living Dangerously, American Graffiti, Terminator, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, The Exorcist, and The Graduate.
So many of those are in my top 25 as well.
I mean, it's an amazing list,
Great list.
and it is, it's pretty varied. Obviously there's some like unquestionable sort of classics in there, but you also have an Animal House, you also have a Days of Heaven, um, Monty
I would
Python.
love
Yeah.
to sit down and watch Holy Grail with Fincher.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Or All That Jazz. I'd like to watch All That Jazz with Fincher.
Have you seen All That Jazz, Katie?
I love that film.
That movie is I genuinely think you would quite like that movie. It's a movie that is only available on Criterion. It's a great movie. Yeah,
Wait, what's it about?
it
It's
is a semi-autobiographical Bob Fosse movie.
John
with Roy
Cryer made
Scheider.
me watch this. John Cryer loves this movie, and
Yeah,
he loves this movie, and it
it's a great
became
movie.
this thing for like a year that he was trying to like mail me the DVD because I couldn't find it anywhere
Mhm.
because I kept promising I'd watch it,
Sure.
and I finally did, and I didn't love it as much as he loved it, and he was like so disappointed in me. And
Oh
I
my
would like to
God.
apologize to John. Yes.
No,
No,
no, no. I get it. It's not an easy watch.
no, it wasn't that it was a hard watch. I was just like, I have a thing. I don't like musicals. Yes, I know. Both of you are so
Why? Why
disappointed.
don't you like musicals?
Because, oh God, look at you. You're like, oh my God.
Because they're just like they're pure joy.
Because I'm like, I don't understand when you're in the middle of telling a story and somebody's like, I feel the need to, have a song about a toaster.
But you do understand when someone can fly, for instance. Like you're willing to suspend disbelief that someone could fly, not that they would sing.
What's your point?
Tom's face is amazing. Katie's like ready to fight me. Because I don't.
No, it's
One
not
is
the
a
thing.
lot
I
more
don't mind
believable than the other.
I don't mind that they're singing. I just mind what they're singing about.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
like,
Okay. Okay.
sing all you want, but I'm like, why does it
Right.
have to be about, and
Your
like,
feelings.
I don't like feelings. Yeah, I don't.
So much about you right now.
And you hate it.
No,
You all hate it. Yeah, I don't particularly like musicals. No, I don't like
have you
musicals.
seen, what about like on Broadway? Would you go see a musical?
No, God, no, that would be awful.
What about Singing in the
Tom
Rain?
is
Like
like,
singing, come on, Singing in the Rain, surely.
Sound of Music.
Oh
it's
no,
my mom's
Phil.
favorite movie.
Interesting. Is that why
I
you
like
hate
the
it?
movie. I just don't like the musical part of it.
I see. Okay. All
The
right.
movies are fine.
Do you like concerts?
I do love music, guys. I
Okay.
love music. It's a very large part of my life. I just don't like
Just making
musicals.
sure. I'm just
Like everybody's like Moulin Rouge, and I'm like, ugh.
Okay.
Like, can't.
Okay.
The
I mean,
Tom
I
is
love
so
it, but I get
disappointed.
it.
No,
Tom is so
no, it's
disappointed.
just I'm no, it makes sense why you were so unimpressed that Ben Affleck can sing Broadway.
Correct.
So-
Correct. She's like, great.
Whatever,
Fantastic.
Broadway. I've never seen Hamilton. I've never seen Wicked. Like none of these. I don't know any of them because I'm
I will
not.
say this. I'm not like a diehard musical person by any
Mhm.
No,
means.
no.
I respect them when they're done incredibly well.
Mhm.
I've seen many musicals, movies and on Broadway. But I know what you're like. I'm not like a theater kid, but I understand where you're coming from, Katie.
Because I would happily listen to just the songs,
Yes.
which is weird. Like if they were doing a concert of just the songs, I'm like, yes, I can adore that.
Interesting.
I just don't
Okay.
want to watch a play with a song with the. No, I just don't get it.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I'm like, they were going on a narrative and now we're singing a song. And now I'm just like, I think maybe they're too happy for me and I just don't like joy.
That's fair.
You
I
know,
get that. I get that.
that might possibly
No, I
be
get
it.
It could be part of it. It could absolutely be part of
Dead
it.
inside. They make me feel
Yeah.
feelings, don't like
Totally.
feelings.
What about you're watching a Shakespeare and then suddenly the character comes forward and talks to the audience in a soliloquy to talk about
Okay,
their thing.
Tom, you need to put your fingers in your ears.
You don't like Shakespeare.
Don't love it. I've been to lots of Shakespeare plays and I'm always like, am I just watching an actor have a wank right now?
Listen, there is nothing worse than bad Shakespeare.
You know? I'm like, how many times have I seen Hamlet? And I'm like, ugh, not another one. Do you know-
Well, I guess we know that Katie's not going to be part of our Shakespeare miniseries that Tom wants to do down the road.
Really.
Like, no. I mean, it'll just be fear and loathing all over again of me just sitting
Katie
here.
just angry for fucking
Yeah.
20 movies. Yeah, I mean that is. I understand where you're coming from. I do. I think that like when fourth wall gets broken in movies, it's tough for me. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There are lots of. I mean, Fight Club does it. There are lots of movies that do it, and that metatextuality really works. Ferris Bueller does it, and I think it's great. Like there's lots of ways to do it. But I think to what you're sort of getting at, Katie, is or perhaps certainly not putting words in your mouth. I think that it does make you aware as an audience member that you're watching a thing. And I think that some people don't want that, right? Some people just want to be immersed in the thing, if that makes sense.
I don't have an issue with Shakespeare itself. I think no, because his words are beautiful and things like that.
Yes,
I just
sure,
don't
sure.
like watching it performed by actors having a wank that they're like, I'm in Shakespeare. And I'm just sitting there going, this is just awful.
Oh, well, this is the trouble with established roles, is that then it just the whole show becomes, oh, it's this actor giving their insert role here.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, I mean, I didn't see it, but you know, Denzel did Othello with Jake Gyllenhaal recently on Broadway. Um, people.
And it's not only Shakespeare, it's like, you get actors giving their George and Martha in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, or giving their, thingy Loman, who's it? The
Willie
Willie
Loman.
Loman,
He's
Willie
definitely
Loman.
got himself one.
Thingy Loman, the
Thingy
famous
Okay,
Thingy Loman.
Tom, we've talked about this, the one that's
Oh,
coming up that I would pay all of my money to see.
what's that?
Yes, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Please explain.
I can't. You do it. I'm not going
What's
to.
happening right now? Someone say
You
what's
know
going
this
on.
because when I say it, you're going to be like, yes.
Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter in
Oh,
Waiting.
sure. Waiting. Yeah, sure.
I like, does
That would be
anyone have
amazing.
tickets to this? Plus a plane ticket
Why-
and some hotel
let's just-
to go to New York.
Why aren't we going to see it? Let's just go to New York and see it. The three of us. We'll go see Waiting for
I
Godot.
would love that so much.
We can make that happen. Katie's like
Road trip.
unsure. Well, less roads, more flights, but still,
I don't think there are any tickets. I'm sure it's completely sold out.
we can make that happen. We can make that happen.
Oh yes, the
But-
one that has a job.
Well, I mean, I'll just say that like I'm very curious to see Rachel Ziegler's Evita, which is currently in your neck of the woods, Tom, which
Oh,
I hear is
yeah.
amazing. I've seen many a TikTok of her singing off the balcony. It looks amazing.
With, the people inside have paid 200 quid a ticket and they miss the big number because it's outside being filmed.
It is a little shitty. It's a little bit like, what are you doing? Why am I? But it's apparently amazing. I'd be very curious to see that.
I am going to go down and watch her on the balcony one night. They
Amazing.
said that 9:15 in the evening is when.
Will you film it and send me a clip?
I mean, I was going to just kind of enjoy watching it,
You
but
don't have to send me the
I'll
whole
be,
thing.
I'll be yet another phone held up.
What do you care? No one's gonna judge you.
He will judge
No,
himself.
other
You
people
know,
say-
Tom.
I don't give a shit. I'm kidding. You don't need to send me a clip.
I will.
but-
I'll
but I-
film it for you.
No, it's fine.
I'll film
Um,
it for me.
But I do think, Tom, that you should come to LA for Pulp and LCD Sound System at the Hollywood Bowl. So that's happening in September.
Pulp and
I-
LCD sound system?
You know,
I
playing
mean,
together.
LCD sound system, yes. Pulp?
Not a fan of Pulp, Katie?
Not that I'm not a fan of Pulp. Jarvis Cocker, very smarmy.
But that's his thing.
Yeah,
even
but I
know-
don't
I
have
don't
to
know.
enjoy that.
I don't even know if it's like him as a person anymore. It feels like he's just a like marionette, like an
There's
oversexed
something
marionette
very
at this
Tim
point.
There's something very
Yeah,
Tim
it's
Burton
like-
about him, right?
Yes,
I love
yes, absolutely.
Love him. I love
Yeah.
him. A friend of mine used to work in a very posh doctor's surgery
Mm,
round the back of Harrods years ago when he was a struggling actor.
that sounds
And
very
Yeah.
apropos.
and he would work in the back doing the files because it's before things were on computer. And it was because a group of people in drama school all got this cushy gig where anytime they weren't working, one of them could go and do the filing. Then they get a job, so they pull out and someone else would go in and do the filing. And my friend went in from his lunch break to see in the waiting room Jarvis Cocker and Margaret Thatcher. What a pair. Just
That's
sitting
a
talking
pair.
about magazines.
That sounds insane. Can someone make a feature about that?
Tom, did you ever go to the Actors Doctor just off Sloane Square? What was his name?
Oh, Dr. Gaynor, yeah, all the time.
Yes, Dr. Gaynor. God, he was wild.
Anytime that there was he'd really cornered the market.
Oh,
where
yeah.
Before you start a job, you have your medical. Everyone.
For insurance.
Every single job.
Yeah.
Everything. Go to Dr. Gaynor on Sloane Square, which is a very posh part of London. And so his waiting room is just pictures of everyone from the last 50 years, actors. And you just go in and you give a little psh, 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 test your pressure. How are you feeling? Yeah, I'm feeling great. All right, off you go. And that was, probably 500 quid.
But you could literally have a limb hanging off. And he'd be like, fine to work. Like, he has
Well,
passed so many
although-
people.
Although, because
Seems
everyone,
sketchy.
And all he wanted to do was give you gossip.
oh, he'd love to have a little gossip. And I do love him and he's brilliant. But the joke was always that you just go in, say hello, and then go out again. But Timothy Spall went in to see him and they had a little chat and Dr. Gaynor said, okay, nice to see you, Tim. We need to get you to hospital right now. And Dr. Gaynor spotted just from talking to him that Timothy Spall had cancer, and no one else would have. No, it would have gone unnoticed
Really?
were it not for him. So he actually
Did he
does
know?
know what he's doing as well.
So he saved a life.
So yeah.
Who knows how many, but one. We know of one.
He's such
That's
a
amazing.
gentleman. Such a gent.
He sounds great. He sounds like there should be a movie about Dr. Gaynor.
He also watches everything.
Yes.
Watches everything. Every single show on. Yeah.
Amazing. He sounds amazing. And you guys are amazing. And I want to sort of we still have we're going to record our Q&A episode. So that's in the next couple of weeks. We'll find a time to do that. For you to answer appropriate questions.
Define appropriate.
You'd be surprised, Tom.
Oh, I
Appropriate ones, questions that are focused on this podcast, not questions of a personal nature. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm very excited to record that episode with you guys. I'm sure it will be all over the place, and it's gonna be great. I'm putting the questions together now, and believe me, it's nothing. You don't have to prepare in any way, is what I'm getting at. You guys just be your lovely.
It feels like we certainly need to brace ourselves.
No. You don't. I believe me. I'm not asking you anything that I wouldn't feel comfortable asking you. So leave it at that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And
I'm not worried about what questions you were reading.
No. They thankfully didn't. No one asked anything because I was very clear in my directions.
Text them to us.
I was very clear that I was like, they need to pertain to this podcast. I will not be asking any questions that are inappropriate. And thankfully, no one crossed that line. So there you go. But then I'm going to be doing another mini-series, on Michael Bay. I'll be doing his 90s movies. I'm doing
Justin or all of his.
Just the 3 90s films. So Bad Boys, The Rock, and Armageddon. Katie, if I had known you were such a Michael Bay fan, I would have.
Oh, they're fucking terrible. They're terrible movies.
No, The Rock
is a masterpiece.
The Rock's a good movie, and The Rock is his best movie.
Hands down. Yes.
You know, but it's shocking. I love it.
It's a little shocking. It's a lot. Yeah. And then we are going to do another miniseries together.
A friend of mine met Michael Bay a few years ago.
Good things, bad things?
So my friend is an incredibly bright man.
Okay.
And but one of his favorite films is The Rock. And he was working with Roland Emmerich. And Roland Emmerich, they were out in some bar in LA, and Michael Bay was there. And so Roland introduced my friend to Michael Bay. And it was, I mean, exactly what you'd imagine meeting Michael Bay. It's that high. Sure. And then what the fuck are we going to talk about? And my friend thought, this is almost certainly my only opportunity to tell him that how much I love The Rock. And he said, look, I'm really sorry. I know this isn't the time and place, but I just have to tell you, I love The Rock. And Michael Bay just turned to him and went, a lot of people love The Rock, and walked off. Perfect. And you know what? He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. And I would also just say, like, what do you expect from Michael Bay? Exactly. Like, that's, I mean.
I would have been like, I would have expected him to go, of course you do.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
Then Anthony Hopkins said that Michael Bay was one of the most skilled directors he's ever worked with.
Okay. I mean, I think that thus far, I have recorded the Bad Boys episode. I am recording the Armageddon episode today. I'm doing The Rock in a couple weeks. I've seen these movies, obviously. Well, actually, you know what? Truthfully, I had never seen Bad Boys. It's fine. But
I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's fine. I think that there's no one like him. He for good or bad sort of ushered in a whole style of cinema that we were essentially
Fluttering American flags.
Well, yes, and just MTV style of editing and like super contrasty colors and treating women pretty abhorrently seemed to be kind of the MO for
Isn't, don't they always say he shoots cars like women and women like cars?
that sounds right. That sounds right. He really does. He
Mm.
really, really does. It's a crazy thing. I will say though that my affinity for him is has grown over the years, mostly out of nostalgia, mostly out of the fact that like no one kind of really does what he does. He's really kind of working at a level that most people don't work at. But yeah, so we're doing Michael Bay. Then the three of us are going to reconvene for another miniseries for Halloween down the road, which we've discussed that I'm keeping a secret until I announce it. Katie is flummoxed,
Nope,
and
I remember now.
there we
I
go.
absolutely
Yep.
remember.
Yes,
Yep.
I'd forgotten as well, but now I remember.
That
Katie and I are
was
very excited.
amazing. It's going to be great. Let's just say that lots of people have been asking for us to do this miniseries. They're very excited for us to do this miniseries about this filmmaker. Um, we're going to talk about three masterpieces, one of which Katie's never seen. It's going to be great. And you know, we have to talk about a guy that we don't love, starring in these films, unfortunately, but he's very good in those movies. So we'll just leave it at that. Um, thank you both so much for doing this. I have the best time talking with you guys about movies.
Me too.
We're gonna do a Q&A in a couple of weeks. I'll text you and we'll make that happen, and it'll be painless. I promise you.
Great. I love you.
All right, I love you both.
Great,
Talk
great.
to you soon.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.